if you have a bill, go out and get a service or credit or hoard money or whatever, and don't worry about it. Don't pay for it, because you can go and get it removed from your credit report. And I'm telling you, that is literally the worst advice that somebody could give to a consumer, hands down. This is stuff that people literally listen to. These are things that people take to heart, and they actually believe. People believe you can go and get credit and money and services and not pay for it just because you can then go and remove it from your credit report. And I am here today to tell you, whether you want to hear it or not, that is not the way that it works. And no, I'm not yelling at you. I am basically saying, like, there are people out there that are going to tell you whatever it is that you need to hear, you the consumer, to get you to push a button. It doesn't work like that. So if it were that simple, then guess what? People wouldn't be on food stamps. People wouldn't live in apartments. People wouldn't live in the projects. People wouldn't ride the bus. Everybody would be a millionaire. Everybody would have, like, mansions, and, everyone would have money, and there would be no poverty. That is the way that it would work. So can you go out and not pay for your collections and not pay for your charge-offs just because you're able to remove them from your credit report? The answer to that is no, it doesn't work like that. And just to drive my point home, and yes, these two things correlate, okay? We are playing the game of have I ever credit style, okay? And yes, these things go together, okay? And I'm going to prove it in just a second. Now, when I say something that you have done, I want for you to hit that like, okay? And we're going to start with, have you ever had to call someone else to put your power on? I have. If it weren't like that, don't you think that we would just go and remove these things from our credit report so that we wouldn't have to deal with these things? Yes, that is exactly how it would be. Have I ever had to call a brother or sister to put on Time Warner cable, internet, anything like that? The phone, your cell phone? I have. Have I ever had to get a cosigner for a vehicle? I have. Oh, but wait, I thought it was as simple as go out and get whatever and then just remove it from your credit report, right? They literally made a TikTok standing in front of a hospital with, the text on the screen that said, point of view, me getting my medical bill and not paying for it just because I can remove it from my credit report. What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You are telling consumers that they don't have to pay their bills just because they can be removed from your credit report. No, it doesn't work like that. I already have 3. I'm 3 for 3 right now. Have I ever had to buy crackhead soup just because I couldn't afford to, buy other things because I had to keep, my power on? I don't know. That's 5 right there. I'm 5 for 5. Have I ever had to borrow money from mom or dad just because I didn't have enough money to put in my gas tank? Oh, geez, God. What is the point here? The point is, if it were as simple as don't pay for your bills because you can remove it from your credit report, then there wouldn't be instances of people having to ask other people to turn on their power, their utilities, get them cell phones, get them vehicles, become a cosigner, get on food stamps, live in the projects, become poor, not be able to get approved for apartments, all those things, because it's as simple as just, hey, you know what? Don't pay for it. Remove it from your credit report, because then you can go out and get the things that you want to get. So the next time that you hear somebody tell you that it is as simple as not paying for something, removing it from your credit report, and then going out and getting whatever it is that you want to, I want for your red flags and your, alarms to be going off in your head and realize that no, it is not the way that it works. I'm not telling you that these things can't be removed, because I remove them all the time. Right? That's what I do. That is literally the business that I am in, removing things from credit reports. But I'm also in the business of education. And today we are educating each other, filling in that knowledge gap on the real truth about this. And the real truth is, these things can be removed, right? But it is a process. It is difficult. It is grueling. It is frustrating. You want to just throw your hands up and pull your hair out and say, screw this. I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want to fight with the bureaus. They're not removing these from my credit report. I'm not able to go out and get a $200 credit card. Oh, have I ever been denied for a $200 credit card because I had bad credit? How about that? Have I ever been denied a checking account because of bad credit? Have I ever been denied a credit builder loan because of bad credit? How do they force you to pay for something? Well, yes, they have to take you to court, right? Oh, have I ever been sued for not paying for something and having it get on my credit report and then, having to go through the whole process of taking it off? But yeah, getting sued because I didn't pay for something because, that same thing, I actually had to get a cosigner because I had bad credit. Man, look at that. Look at that. I am in this business. I do this because I have been the consumer. I had the bad credit. I had the collections. I got a judgment. I had the charge-offs. I had all of these things, and I had to realize that there's nobody else that is doing the right thing for the consumers, that is, that is disputing the right way, that is getting the result. And so I had to figure out how to do it myself. But I had to go through these things. I had to eat crackhead soup because I couldn't afford something else because I had bad credit, so I couldn't get a good job. Let's look at these things realistically, okay? If you have to get a cosigner, you got bad credit. If you have to, live with mom and dad in their basement, if you had to do any of these things, it's because the system was not made for us. It was not made for you. It was made for them, the banks and the businesses and the bureaus and, the high rollers and everything. And obviously, I'm not a high roller. You're not a high roller. If you were, you wouldn't be on this live with me, okay? You are here maybe because of my title, although I did put the word lie at the end of it because it is a lie. But the entire point is there's a process, and if we utilize this process correctly, we can go and get the loans and the vehicles and the houses and the high limit credit cards and the real bank accounts, not the second chance, bank accounts and second chance credit cards with 29% interest and, have to go out and get a cosigner at 29% interest. Literally, when I had a cosigner who happened to be my grandmother, she still has excellent credit. I still had a really, really high interest rate. So my $13,000 vehicle ended up being like $26,000, which, like I said, was repoed. Why? Because I didn't make enough money because I didn't have the credit to get a good job, and all my money went to keeping my lights on, especially in the middle of the winter when obviously, you're cold. This is New York. I mean, it snows, right? So if there were a way, I would have gotten in on it way back in the day. And there is no way to quickly remove your negative items, increase your credit score, get the credit that you want so you can go live the life that you want, right? There is a way to do it, but it's a process. And sometimes you have to go through these things to get to the end and get to that goal, because it's not the goal that's unrealistic. It is only the journey there that is unrealistic. So can you remove your charge-offs and collections and foreclosures and bankruptcies and judgments? Yes, you can, but nobody is talking about the, realistic aspect of this, that it is frustrating. Many people give up way before they ever get there. And, sometimes you got to sacrifice. Sometimes you got to, live where you don't want to, or work where you don't want to be able to put the money away so that you can go and get the things that you want in the long run, right? So next time, again, that you hear somebody telling you how simple, how easy, how fast, how quick, how guaranteed it is to remove things from your credit report, I want for you to say, oh, no. Kristen proves and has been proving over the last 9 years here on YouTube that yes, there is a way, but that is not the way. There is no 14-day process. There is no 60-day process. There is no 90-day process unless you have one or two things. And you know what? Sometimes we do need a cosigner. Sometimes we do need to call the sister or the mom or the dad to put our power or our phones or our internet on, just so that, we don't freeze in the winter, or that we can call 911, right? That is unfortunately the way that it works. But there is a system, a proven system, that allows you to, get out of that life and into the life that you want. But it is not going to be by listening to people on TikTok or other social media, including YouTube, tell you that it is so easy and that you don't have to pay for your collections or your charge-offs or your repos or whatever. If it were like that, there would be no debt collection industry, because there would be nothing to collect on. And as from a lender's point of view, they would just stop lending, right? Obviously, they deal with all those risk factors and all of that before they ever get in the business of lending, right? And so if they knew that there was a system that allowed consumers to just easily rack up debt, not pay for it, remove it from the credit report, have no consequence, and then do it all over again, they would stop. There would not be that process, okay? So am I here to discourage you? Absolutely not. I am not here to discourage you. I am not here to tell you that you are doing anything wrong. I am not here to tell you anything other than it is a lie to tell someone that they don't have to pay for their bills just because they can remove it. Okay, so out of 11 things, my have I ever was 10. Okay, so why do I, talk about these things? Because I've been through it myself. Right? I didn't, get my houses and my vehicles and my credit and my job and my businesses and my money overnight just by, having bad credit, removing it, boom, and now I have money. No. I had to sacrifice. It took a long time, a lot of failures, very few successes before I really succeeded. And a lot of it had to do with understanding the credit process, understanding what credit is, and being able to, wrap my mind around it, change my mindset, and then be productive and then be successful. If you do want to remove your negative items, there is a way to do it. I personally, with my clients, use the factual-based dispute process. There are other methods out there, but there is, again, no very, very quick overnight 1, 2, 3 type of deal that's going to remove anything from your credit report, unfortunately. If you want to learn how to do it, I have 900, literally 900 videos going back 9 years that'll show you exactly what you need to know to be able to actually remove your negative items, right? Totally 100% for free. I will also let you know that as of 2 days ago, I do have, you will see right on my video, like right below it, or not my video, but my live, it says join. That is brand new. It is a membership. If you have questions, you can check out the commenter. It's where I will answer any question, how simple or technical that it is. So if you want to learn how to specifically remove something and you have a question about it, you can join that. Or I have an exclusive membership specifically for videos, right? So members only video access. So those are the 2 tiers. You can check it out by clicking on join after you hit that subscribe and you smash that like, because I know I am not the only one that has 10 for 11. Okay, with the have I ever credit. Okay, also there's only a couple days left to get in on the mentorship charter so that you can get a discount for my mentorship, right? So it is literally the best of both worlds. If you want to access my entire course, the A through Z on credit repair and credit sweeps, then you also get coaching with me where I literally review your dispute letters every single month until they are right so you can send them out the door. Then head over to, the link is down in the description, but it is sendme2.co/member-charter. You can see if I can do a credit sweep for you. The link is right there, the URL, my740.com. But that is it for today. We talked about whether it is a lie or not that you can just not pay for your collections or your charge-offs and your repos or any of those things and just remove them from your credit report, and that you don't have to pay them because you are removing it. We did start talking about this the other day as far as whether you have to pay for something that is deleted from your credit report. But that is it. I have to get to my call. I am a little late for it, so I will see you later. But again, smash that like if you learned something today, and even if you didn't, if you like me, smash that like. But I'll see you later. Bye.